Rewilding the land. From gardening programmes to agriculture, the drive to end cultivation is more powerful than ever before. Anjana Devoy owns a glamping site. She's rewilded her land and has welcomed in a myriad different species.
A little bit of you think, oh God, this is just marketing. These are the same plants, they're just marketed as wildlife friendly, but then why not? You know, I mean, if people, the growers say, by the way, if you put 6 of these plants together, you're going to get butterflies and bees, and they come, then fair play, why not?
The government's £2.4 billion a year plan for rewilding, called the Sustainable Farming Incentive, has been rolled out across the country. Landowners are paid to plant trees and restore wetlands and peat bogs on 741,000 acres of land under the largest farming reforms in 50 years. Farm manager Nick Padwick thinks the reforms will have a huge benefit.
Rewilding is, as we see it, a low-cost tool for biodiversity increase. So we all know we're on that massive tipping point at the moment in terms of biodiversity loss. And this is a different type of land, changing our land use in order to increase biodiversity, and it's doing exactly that already.
But farmers are concerned. They say swapping fields of crops or cows for trees and bogs will make British food production a dirty word and force smaller growers off the land and out of business. Bill Geen is a sheep farmer in North Devon.
Where's the food going to come from? You know, who's going to produce the food? What are the 60, 70 million people that live in this country going to be eating? You know, we have to carry on producing food.
Before Brexit, the EU paid British farmers £2.4 billion in subsidies to farm the land. The government has vowed to keep up these payments until next year, but nearly £1 billion of that money will now be spent on landscape recovery, digging ditches, maintaining hedgerows, allowing nature to take its course. Some farmers say we're walking into a dangerous future of food security, where it's just not profitable to produce British food. Bill Geen believes it is possible to produce food and look after nature without rewilding.
Well, we can do that, and we can look after the environment. You know, we're working on it.
How? How could you do both?
By changing the way we farm, and in some ways going back to the way, not 400 years, but going back to maybe, 50 or 60 years ago, maybe a bit more mixed farming, mixed species on the grassland, and less use of fertilisers, letting the earth produce the crop rather than forcing it using artificial fertilisers.
The choices are stark. If we don't rewild, say environmentalists, we won't reach net zero. But if we do, say farmers, then the days of locally sourced produce could be over for good. Moody, GB News.